Tell 'em Tribe Tarot. Daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Peace, Gemini. I am Cherokee with Tell 'em Tribe Tarot, coming to you with another reading. This is a special reading because this is a reading that is taking place during the full flower moon, March 5th, 2023. So we're going to get your energy tapped in and see what's going on with you. According to HindustanTimes.com, as a Gemini, you may be, feeling the energy of this lunar eclipse in Scorpio in your 6th house. It's going to affect your daily routines, work, and health. And this could also bring up a need for you to release all or any negative thought patterns or habits that may be holding you back from reaching your full potential. And it's a great time to review your current schedule and make necessary adjustments that will bring you closer to your goals. Most importantly, I always love to give you this advice, and that is to remember to be gentle with yourself during this time of release and renewal, especially during this full moon energy. So let's get into your reading, Gemini. Again, take what resonates, leave behind what does not. So this is the Tower, is the goal you need to focus on. The lesson that will take place during this full moon cycle is the Fool. We got the majors coming out, Gemini. The Queen of Swords is what you need to release. The Nine of Coins is the magic that you'll create. And then the Seven of Swords is the message from the universe. So your goal that you need to focus on right now, Gemini, is the Tower. So you have to focus on embracing changes, because you may be experiencing quite a few things that are unplanned, and some of which the change is inevitable, but you may be holding back or may have been holding back from these changes willingly and unwillingly. Sometimes that there are changes that needs to be made so that your life can flow a little easier, but you just don't know how to, or you are unwilling to take the step in the moment due to procrastination, or not even realizing right away how much detriment the change is. So the goal for you to focus on right now is to go with the flow of the changes that are happening in your life that are unplanned. I feel like you may have recently experienced either a catastrophic life-changing event, a loss in the family of some sort. It could be any type of loss of a relationship, a spirit returning to the other side, or transitioning, change of employment status, a loss of a job, or a change in financial status. But these changes are all of which you aren't ready to face. So it may have put you in a depressive state because you didn't know how to deal with said changes. But your spirit guides are saying to focus on, which is very difficult to say sometimes, especially when you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but to focus on the positive things that are affecting you as these changes are happening. Because the Tower may show the lightning striking its roof and tearing it off, But then after the storm, there's a calm, there's a peace, there's a sense of understanding that this change had to happen to make room for growth for you. And you know, we're all about growth, Gemini. And the lesson that'll take place during this cycle, during this full moon cycle, is you becoming more acclimated with new beginnings, because you've talked about new beginnings enough and talked about putting yourself in position to change, to experience more things. Some of you are changing habits that aren't serving you any longer, switching your friends out like completely. I hear someone saying you're a switch out, or you switched up, or you supposed to be my day one, you switched up. Falling out like friendships, disagreements, you just releasing the fact that someone or may owe you money. You just want to change, but you just didn't know how. And now that things have blown out of proportion, regardless of to what that looks like for you, the Fool card confirms that you are going to be going on this new journey on your own, right? And it's time for you to look for the things that are happening in your life, so that you going great in your life, so that you can hold on to that momentum and appreciate the small things. Because although things may not be looking as you thought it would or as you planned it to be, your guides are showing you that these transitions needed to happen for you to shake up your routine. The routine was becoming relentlessly boring. You know, it was just constantly the same, with you making broken promises to yourself. And I think you're learning that with every new experience, you're grasping a new section of yourself, like you're learning something more about yourself, that you can persevere through anything. What you need to release is the idea that you have to be cool with family that may stir up issues in your life. The Tower could be a falling out with someone in a living situation. Recently, maybe you had to move, or there was an eviction, or something happened where you had to relocate, and it was due to some kind of family feud. And you have to release the fact or the idea that you have to be cool with family. When someone is being vindictive and they don't have your best interest at heart, they will always pick on the negative. They will always cause you mental anguish. And I feel like there was this Queen of Swords energy. Instead of being your peace, it could have been a mother, an aunt. This feminine energy was just warlike, like a warlord. And y'all had a falling out, and it's just time for you to release this hate. This person may have put you in a position where you had to start all over again, and you're just like, you made me lose everything. But it's not a loss, it's a donation, Gemini. And your spirit guides are asking you to release the animosity that you have. And just because you're releasing the animosity, and it's not to say you're letting something slide or letting anyone feel as if they can overstep your boundaries and not respect you as a human being, because we all deserve the respect that we give. And I feel like you did your part in this situation and you tried your best. But it's just saying that sometimes you have to cut your losses. And that's the lesson that you're learning overall, to cut your losses, Gemini. And be happy with the changes. And understand that it's for a bigger purpose. The Nine of Coins is in the position of the magic that you'll create because of these changes. Now that you'll have the mental clarity your mind would be more at ease. You can see how to be like the phoenix coming from the fire and rising above the odds. Now you are going to be able to create your reality without any distractions, because now that you are in this environment that it feels like you're in survival mode, you are surviving. You are a survivor. And now you can use that as inspiration to elevate from this circumstance. And the Nine of Coins is saying that you're one step away from seeing why all of this was supposed to happen. Now it's time to work on your manifestations. Now you have to trust your emotions, because I feel like some of you may be feeling unemotional. You may be feeling like there's an emotional blockage, like you don't want to show any love. You don't want to be loved right now. You just want to feel pain because that's all you see right now is pain. But if you choose to see and feel pain in this moment, that's necessary for you to get through the moment, then it's all well worth it, because it's a temporary feeling to show that you're alive. It's a temporary feeling to show that you can persevere. It's a feeling to show that you have remorse or you have empathy, that you have feelings and they matter. But to dwell on those feelings and to ruminate, it's not healthy for you. You have to now choose to see that this was all a part of the plan for you to be aligned with your purpose. Because I hear someone saying, I need to connect with my destiny of being a billionaire or a millionaire, hell, even a thousandaire, anything but a negative bank account. And right now you feel like you're in the negative, or you could very well be in the negative, but you can only go from negative to positive, from positive to negative, and negative to positive, positive to more positive, negative to more negative. But either way, it's a choice. And the magic that you'll create with the inspiration from no longer being in the same living situation that you're in, learning that the situation that you had when you were at odds with this person that you're thinking about was to show you that everyone is not for you. So when your financial situation changes and you invest in yourself and you work on your personal goals and your personal development and you put your plans into action and you get that room for rent and you stay, with someone for a while and you work your side jobs and you create your side hustles and you create a plan and you make the effort and you realize that everything fell apart for you to be inspired enough to start working on the plan that you were designing for yourself before all of this fell apart, but doing it the right way, in a way that you can appreciate it and have so much more to show for it without people having their hand out, because this person that you fell apart with needed to be removed from your immediate energy space, because they were going to be a creative block for you. So this is a magical change that's happening right now, Gemini. This is a magical change for you right now. And the Seven of Swords is the message from the universe. The Seven of Swords is saying, do not be stingy with your truth. Because with everything that you're going through, you may want to keep this fight to yourself and not express how you're feeling, because you may be embarrassed, or you may feel that you were used, or you may feel that you are not, that you're scathed. Now you're scarred, you're damaged, you're not good enough, and you're tricking yourself and psyching yourself out. Leave with your dignity and allow yourself to feel your feelings and allow yourself to speak your testimony, whether you journal it, whether you speak your truth on a platform and monetize it, or you speak your truth on your life, your manifestations into fruition, but you have to give this energy. You have to give this selfless energy, and remember that just because they took from you doesn't mean that you have to hide your true self in fear of being taken from again. Because if you're given wholeheartedly in your creative endeavors, and given wholeheartedly from your heart, you can only elevate from this circumstance. Everyone that you meet going forward is not going to have this same energy as this person from before, but you had to experience this so that you know how to pinpoint when people aren't for you early. I feel like you are going to elevate way faster than you can understand, Gemini. And because everything seems so dim and difficult, you may be thinking that this is some kind of punishment. And although it may feel like they took from you, what they did was they gave you an opportunity to see yourself in a royal light, in a bright light, in a new way, without the baggage of the disappointment that you experienced. And now you can take this full energy and embark on your journey without the extras. Spirit, what are the closing messages that you have for Gemini during this full moon energy? Oh, the Seven of Wands. So the closing message that your guides have for you, Gemini, is the Seven of Wands. And your guides are saying, with the sevens being on the board, that you need to continue manifesting your change and not be afraid to change. And it may feel like the world is against you. It may feel like the world is switching up on you. But sometimes you switch up on yourself when you don't stand up for yourself in a way that represents how you truly feel. Your truth matters just as much as any other circumstance that you've experienced that you're keeping to yourself. Your truth matters. And going forward, you have to remember that not everyone is against you, but you have to be for yourself and stand up for yourself and for your truth, and realize that your life is going to change as quickly as you think it to do so, Gemini. This is a beautiful season for you. And it might seem shaky now, but it's changing. With the Hierophant here, Gemini, it's showing that you are the light at the end of your tunnel. The guidance that you're looking for is right there. Any information that you need is right at your fingertips. You may not have a lot to work with right now, but you have a fair mind, you're intelligent, and you have resources to utilize to elevate from where you are. You're learning from this situation that you don't have to have it all to experience it all. And that is going to be your greatest lesson, and that is where your wealth is going to come from, Gemini. Okay? So I hope that this message resonates with someone. If you'd like to book a personal reading, the link is in the description. And until next time, love and light, Tribe.